Hi guys, Milo's not here today, but I will be speaking in his place. I'm Joey. You're going to see some more of me tomorrow during the Reckoning live stream, and I'm bringing you some news today. We got the Season 5 patch notes, and we have a bunch of secret stuff that the devs told us in the creator call just moments ago, including some info about potential super Easter egg, the fact that there's a ton of Easter eggs on the new map, and that it is truly a finale that they put a lot of work into. So first, we're going to start with these patch notes here. Now, I got to be honest, I skimmed through them. There's not really a lot going on. We know the Wonder Weapon's coming. We know Grief is coming back. We know the direct emote's coming in the mid-season. We know the combat bow's coming in the mid-season. Multiplayer's got some new maps. This one's WMD from Black Ops 1, but it looks like an airport. Okay. We got new weapons. We got the new LMG. We got the AUG coming, which is a 3-round burst. We got boxing gloves. But none of this really matters, okay? Just real quick, this is not a new trailer for zombies. We've seen this already. Milo reacted to it on the channel. There's some new enemies. We already know the Uber Klaus. When you kill the Klaus, it's like a two-phase boss, kind of like the Megaton back in Cold War, where you kill that and then it would split into two separate zombies. Well, now the Uber Klaus, once you kill the mech, the core comes out and he fights you too. We also got another image of the Gorgofex. Nothing new. Nothing new that we haven't seen. Mr. Peaks, which will be coming in season. We have the augments here for Mr. Peaks. If you'd like to look at those, pause the video. We got new updated anti-cheat, and I'm seeing things on Twitter where people think they're already going to get around the new anti-cheat if that's important to you. So, I mean, we'll see. Cheaters always find a way, dude. And they've done some weapon tuning, and I'm going to go over these really quick because guess what? There's nothing really crazy that happened. The Goblin has range increases. The shotguns all got a damage range increase. The Fang also got a range increase. Sarkov, the DM10, the TR2, they all got damage range increases. The SVD can now have new attachments. There's a lot of gun kick reduced, recoil reduced, things like that. The 9mm PM range increase, Grekova range increase, GS45, Strider 22, same thing. The Olympia is the only one that's really getting a nerf here. The standard Olympia range is going down, but the short barrel is going up in range. Multiplayer, new maps, modes, perks, score streaks, UI, rank play, boom, boom, boom. We don't care. We don't care. We want zombies. We got a new map coming, Reckoning. Looming over the once sleepy settlement of Liberty Falls, the Project Janus headquarters. 3 edifices known locally as Janus Towers now teeters on the verge of collapse. No way, dude. So we have some bug fixes that I'm going to go through really quick. There was a coffin on Citadel where players would take damage while standing inside of it. There is a dumpster near Pump and Pay in Liberty Falls. The zombies wouldn't drop into it. There was an exploit where people could go into a safe spot, I guess a God mode spot with Aether Shroud in Liberty Falls. That's fixed. There's some grief fixes where when you join a match in progress, there were some things that would be funky. Self-revives have always been limited to 1 in grief, but now it shows you that. And there are some weapon changes where Shatter Blast, the chain augment, would detonate on a zombie instead of the initial detonation point. So they're just fixing how that explosion works. And you will never get the same weapon twice in a row from the mystery box. So no double ray guns anymore, unfortunately, I guess. It would be cool though if they kept like wonder weapons in so that there is a chance to get 2 ray guns in a row or like 2 whatever it may be in a row. I think that's cool. I like when that happens. It's fun when that happens. So if that's gone, it's a little bit sad, but okay, whatever. There was a wall buy thing where you wouldn't get ammo with the Kimbos on the left handgun when you bought the weapon. There's also a thing where they told us in the creator call today that the Free Fire Gobblegum would also have that issue where it wouldn't give you infinite ammo in one of the weapons. I'm guessing the left side weapon. So they fixed that as well. Some weird Liberty Falls stuff with Shadow Rift, blah, blah, blah. Apparently you could trigger Jug's reactive armor augment with PhD Flopper. That's kind of funny. I hate to see that go. Perk order is going to be fixed now after using Mutant Injection. So first 3 perks you buy, you keep when you down. So now that's not going to all get messed up when you use a Mutant Injection. Melee Macchiatos, Hidden Impact augment will refill ammo on certain support items. No more. So I wonder if this is like a hand cannon thing, because back in Citadel, I remember you had critical hits with the trap, right? And that would refill the hand cannon. I wonder if that and like the incantations that would do critical damage like the lightning incantation, I wonder if that's also fixed now too, but it doesn't say it in the notes. To be determined if that's going to affect gameplay. Field upgrade front. I don't know if this was a thing for speedrunners, but you could recharge your field upgrade super fast if you leave and rejoin the match during a quest step. So if that was a speedrun strat for any map, that kind of sucks. goodbye. They fixed something with Frenzy Guard and Trials and some weird interaction on Citadel with a Pack-a-Punch. Score streaks, they fixed the AFK timer that would be active during using a support item, so now you won't get kicked for standing still in a Chopper Gunner or RCXD, and Chopper Gunner now faces the right direction on Shattered Veil. I didn't even realize that was an issue. Oh, and this is what I said about the Free Fire Gobblegum. And, you know, your arm's gonna be there now during the Amalgam Game Over screen, so it's not gonna be misaligned. So if you ever die to an Amalgam again, it's gonna look normal. Some UI issues were fixed, nothing too crazy. Addressed various stability issues, which we never really know what that means. And that's it. That's literally all the patch notes. I kind of figured there would have been more, to be honest. It's not like disappointing, but I thought there would have been more in the patches or in the patch notes. Let's just move on to things that are more fun. So Treyarch put this video out of some more footage on Reckoning, and I'm just gonna play it in the background here while I talk about some of the secret changes they announced during the creator call today. So a quote from Kevin Drew is that they want to go out with a bang. So they wanna do a lot on this last map. Kevin's saying that everything about the map is big. Maps itself, the layout, the story is big, and there's going to be a lot of twists and turns. So we're not going to really expect what's going to be happening map-wise, but also story-wise. And the exact quote that I wrote down was, twists and turns that you've never seen before. So I don't know what that means or what that can mean, but we'll have to see what that means tomorrow. He also said that it's jam-packed with Easter eggs and a ton of new content, and they're just not telling us any of it in these patch notes or in the preview blogs, which I'm kind of happy for. We're going to have a lot to discover tomorrow. He also talked about the fact that there are 2 massive towers to explore, but there are 3 towers. So I'm unsure if the 3rd tower might end up being just for boss fights. So we're going to have to see what's up with that, because if there's 2 towers you can go between, but there's a 3rd tower there, you would think that we're going to be able to access it some way. So I'm guessing the 2 towers are going to be able to explore the whole thing of, and maybe the 3rd one, just a small section of it. And they haven't played with verticality like this since Die Rise, they say. So there's a lot of verticality, and there's also elevators. They called them ether elevators that take you up and down each tower themselves. And then to get between the 2 towers, there's going to be those personnel launchers that look like teleporters, the teleporter circles that you can go between the towers in. And there's also the unstable ether reactors, and I think that is the laser that is kind of like Dreisendracht that changes the gravity. So things are just going to be changing very often on this map, right? The environment was described as just being unstable in general. So that's kind of exciting. I think that's going to add some variability and hopefully not frustration, but more fun than frustration, or certain things that you can only see or go and find while the gravity is low for either Easter egg quests or side Easter eggs. They're going to have new grief arenas. They didn't show us or tell us what those arenas were going to be because we have not seen the map yet. And there's some Easter egg juicy secret stuff that they were talking about. Just a little crumb that they gave us today. And that was that they have packed the map with Easter eggs. They said it's similar to Citadel in the amount of side Easter eggs there are. So we're looking anywhere like 15 to 20-ish, I want to estimate, without referencing how many there were on Citadel. And there's going to be at least one side Easter egg that has a reward similar to the Tomb, where they have a map-specific reward from the side Easter egg, which was golden armor. You can't get golden armor on any other map, and the only way to do it is by playing the Tomb and doing a very specific challenge. So there's going to be one that's similar to that in terms of reward. Don't have any info besides that. The Easter egg quest for the Wonder Weapon is apparently packed, and not in terms of Pack-a-Punch, but it's packed. I don't know what they really meant by that. And somebody asked the question to the team if there's going to be randomized Easter egg item spawns again, kind of like Shattered Veil, where there were 3 spots for the bell, things of that nature. And they didn't really have an answer, but they did have the answer of saying they want to extend the main quests the best they can instead of them being solved in like 30 minutes on Liberty Falls. In general, their philosophy is that they want to extend the main quest, hunt and solve. So maybe we'll expect more random parts, but I don't think they would try to extend it that way. I hope not, at least. I hope that's not the way they're extending it. And then there is the super Easter egg. They gave us an answer, and the answer says they're looking forward to people completing the quest tomorrow. And upon completing the quest, that will give us a good indication of where they're going in the future. So that can mean quite a few things. It was intentionally vague from them, but A, don't get disappointed if there's not a super Easter egg. B, get excited because there might be a super Easter egg. C, it might just be more obvious where they're going in the future for Black Ops 7 zombies, and that itself might just be exciting. And a lot of people are expecting that the OG crew is going to be returning, so maybe that's kind of what they're alluding to here a little bit. We really just don't know. And Donuts points out that The only evidence that we have that the OG crew would even be returning is when Maxis comes back from the Dark Ether and Firebase Z, and she comes with Takeo's katana and Nikolai's goggles. Other than that, we're kind of just guessing and assuming based on leaks, rumors, what have you for the next game. So we'll have to see. I personally would love to see it, and I'm sure all of you guys would love to see it too, but we will have to see. And our supreme leader Milo reacted to this trailer that I just played on screen for you guys. He said, really enjoyed this video, love seeing the devs get excited about what's coming. There you have it. I think a lot of fans will be appreciative of is that Raven Software QA union secured a contract with Microsoft after 3 years. So they have wage increases, they're eliminating crunch periods and layoff protections, getting layoff protections, I hope. So good news for Raven Software, good news for Call of Duty players having more polished games and more happy devs and more QA testers that are happy in their job and paid well, because they're some of the most important people on the payroll. And lastly, we have this article from Tom Henderson who posted this just today. Activision leadership isn't worried about Battlefield 6 because Call of Duty is too big to fail. And I think this is a little bit arrogant, because while I don't think that Battlefield's gonna steal Call of Duty's player base completely, and ever since like Battlefield's fallen out of the picture, look at how much Call of Duty has stagnated in progress, in taking risks. It doesn't take any now. It plays the safest cards they can. And I hope that with the new Battlefield, it forces them to take more risks that they used to take. While I don't think Call of Duty is going to fail, I don't think they're going to have as good of a time and as easy of a time as they think. I think it's the fallacy of a lot of upper level management that doesn't really understand what people actually want. And Battlefield is delivering on a lot of things that people want. In general, beyond video games, that has how you get to a lot of anti-consumer companies that end up failing. There are so many that are too big to fail that fail. And I think this is a cautionary tale for Call of Duty this year. Hopefully Battlefield puts on a show. It looks pretty good already, but we'll have to see how it kind of shakes up over the next few months and next few years. Thank you for listening to me. I'm going to be live streaming Reckoning tomorrow, so please give me support in the chat. Please give me support in the comments. Milo will be around, but I will be live streaming the map, and I hope you all come to watch just like you would watch Milo on a release day, because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be solving the Easter egg. We're going to be making the guide. Full no-nonsense main Easter egg quest guide with Milo tomorrow. Don't worry about that. It's not going anywhere. I have had a part in the last 10 no-nonsense Easter egg guides that Milo has put out. A lot of them, half the time, my gameplay, my input. So you will still have a no-nonsense guide tomorrow with Milo commentating the video, so don't you worry. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.